Groucho Marx for a few days. Anyway, I just wanted to take this opportunity since I'm driving to have a little chit chat about coaching. Okay, so when I first started training, I had a trainer tell me, if you have a client like for more than 6 months, like you're not the one for them. You need to let them move on to the next client if you're not, if they're not getting their goals or whatever. And so, first of all, I immediately was like, I don't think that's right. But also, at the same time, I had probably been training for like a year or more. I had clients that I had since the very beginning. And I tend to, when I get one, I tend to keep them for a while. If we are like connecting and vibing and all that stuff. And even when I wasn't a great trainer, I was someone who kept clients for a long time. So I believe I'm a great trainer now. And probably several years ago, I probably would not have said that out loud, but I do think that now. Anyway, I have a client who I actually trained before I was at Face It Fitness. So I trained her for probably, I don't know if it was 2 years, but it was a good year and a half or so at my gym at my house. And we had some success with weight loss and getting stronger. And she was pretty new to working out. But again, I feel like I've made like leaps and bounds as a trainer even since then. Long story short, she texted me. So I've had her at Face It Fitness for, gosh, it's probably coming on a year now. And for 9 to 10 months of that, we were making lots of progress on strength, and like body composition was improved. Nutrition was much better, but like compliance consistently wasn't that great. And we have lots of conversations. We were open about it. She tells me everything she does if she messes up. We have all the conversations. We try to strategize how to be better or whatever. And sorry. Anyway, a couple months ago, so let me just say this. She was somebody who told me that she sleeps a lot. And in my brain, I'm like, wow, we don't have to think about that. Because that's one thing that I try to talk to my clients about, when they're trying to lose weight or be better or whatever, how important sleep is. And if that is crappy, it makes it really hard to be compliant and to win, right? So when she's telling me, no, I sleep all night, as a matter of fact, I'm like, I can take naps, I sleep late on the weekends, all the things. So in my brain, I was just like, we're good. We're good with that thing. So that's not the issue, right? So the more I was thinking about it, and it's probably came up to me because just like in general, in the fitness community, there's a lot of talk about like CPAPs and mouth tape, and I watch podcasts, Mark Bell talks about it, and so I just started thinking it's really kind of abnormal that she sleeps all the time and she's tired all the time. So I brought it up that, let's consider that you might have sleep apnea. Like, what if that's the problem? And so she immediately like schedules a sleep test, goes through all of this, has sleep apnea, needs a CPAP, okay? And I'm on the inside, I'm like, thank God, like this is it, right? And then, you know, she gets the results, she has to wait a little bit for the CPAP, and she starts using it, and they're awful. They're uncomfortable, you feel unattractive, you know, in bed with your partner, you don't want to have this shit on your face, right? And so she struggled with it for a couple weeks, and you know, I just reiterated, like, this is a woman who is super successful in her job, like very successful person all around, right? And I was just like, find that drive of whatever you need to do and fucking deal with it, okay? Like, it sucks, yes, but we gotta do it. And so I would say, like, the first month or so, the change in her was like super gradual. So sometimes that's hard to see, and you think like nothing is changing, you know, her scans weren't really changing, and this is just a month, and in my brain, I know that's not a long time, but when you're trying to make changes, it feels like forever. So we're just continue to have conversation, like, let's just, you know, stay the course or whatever. Well, she gets used to it, and she's kind of moved on from that. And then we both kind of start noticing, like, compliance and with the food starts improving, right? And that makes me super happy. And then, like, about a month in, so on the InBody scans, which is kind of what I use to track people. I know they're not 100% accurate, but it's just a way for us to, you know, see that we're not like going backwards or we're doing better or whatever. There is a visceral fat number on there that has been the same since the very beginning. Even if she kind of lose weight or body composition changes, that number has stayed the same. So it changed. Like, it went down by a point, and like, this is making me cry. Oh my gosh. So in the past couple months, like, it went down a point, and then this morning she sent me a text in the middle. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. In the middle of my workout, and I'm crying in the workout. Just so happy not because like, I think she's hot and beautiful exactly how she is. She knows, I know if you're listening to this, you know who I'm talking about. But just, I know that feeling of finally feeling like shit is going the right way. And I just wanted to bring that up and talk about it a little bit, because things like that are the cause sometimes of you not being able to comply. So if you can't sleep, you have sleep apnea, that throws your hormones off. Hormones drive your willpower, you know, your ability to, you know, think coherently, to not want to self-soothe with food or, you know, experiences or whatever. And it's such a hard thing, because, you know, we are, as a society, we want to, you know, go, hustle. Sleep is the last thing that we want to work on, but it's important. And the second thing about why I brought this up too is, if you have a coach, talk to them. If they are educated, they can help you figure it out. 1, 2, it might take more than, you know, a couple months to figure it out. Like, there's no way that I could have figured that out with her immediately. Like it just, you know, just taking what she was telling me, it sounded like we were fine, right? But then just like over time, like I heard more and more, and then I started putting things together, and then I asked the questions, you know, and I just want to encourage you, like, if you have a trainer, first, like, make sure they're a good trainer, you know, do your research and your due diligence on that, because they're not all great. They're not all going to be able to help you, right? They all don't have the desire to really help you. They just want to make money or say they're a trainer, you know. And don't get me wrong, we have a lot of great trainers in this town. So I'm not saying look for me, because we do have a lot in Murfreesboro that are really, really good. But do your due diligence there. And then when you do pick one, like, stick with them for a little bit, for one, and then listen to them, talk to them, tell them what you're doing. Be honest with them, be vulnerable with them, tell them that you're fucking up, you know. Don't make them feel like it's their fault if you're not telling them everything, okay? You have expectations, but you also are expected to be honest. It's like we're a doctor, you know, like there's only so much we can do if we don't have all the information, right? So just a little encouragement there about looking at all the factors that are going on in your life, your stress levels. You know, it's more than nutrition, it's more than exercise. It's your belief in yourself, your mental health, your stress levels, your relationships, your sleep. There's just more to it, okay? And I just want to encourage people to know that if they are feeling like they can't do something, they don't have willpower or whatever, and that's a thing, but it's like sometimes that is affected by other things in your life, right? Some of which you cannot fix immediately, but just recognizing and knowing, you know, that you're going through something is sometimes enough, you know, even if you can't fix it, right? You can't fix the fact that you have a newborn baby, right? And you're not getting enough sleep. But knowing that that's going to have an effect on you calms that, like, panic and that anxiety about not doing well, and then like self-sabotaging, right? So, and a good coach is going to coach you through that. All right. So happy Saturday. No, it's Friday. Oh my gosh. It's Friday. Happy Friday.